Okay, let's talk about a feeling every single creator knows all too well. You spend hours, maybe even days, crafting this perfect piece of content. You pour your heart, your best ideas, your most valuable insights into it. You hit that publish button, you lean back, and you wait for the magic to happen. And then, crickets.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Just silence. Maybe you get a couple of pity likes, one from your mom, one from that one loyal friend. But that real engagement, the discussion you were hoping to start, it's just not there. The screen is blank.
And that's when the spiral begins. You hit refresh, and again. You start rereading your own words, looking for some mistake, a typo, anything that could explain why it's not landing. And that little voice of doubt starts getting louder and louder. Was it me? Am I just not good enough at this?
But here's the thing, and you really need to hear this. It's probably not you, and the system isn't broken. It's just, it's rigged. It's rigged against anyone who doesn't already have a huge following.
See, the algorithms, they have this unspoken rule. They reward visibility above all else. They don't really care how amazing your content is on its own. They care how many eyeballs are already on you. So you get stuck in this crazy loop. You need an audience for your stuff to get seen, but you can't build an audience if nobody sees your stuff.
And this, right here, is why that classic advice to just post more is such a trap. It's a one-way ticket to burnout. You can grind yourself into dust creating content day in and day out, but if you don't have that initial spark of visibility, you're basically just shouting into an empty canyon. And man, is that exhausting.
So what if we're all playing the game wrong? What if the goal isn't to shout louder than everyone else? What if there's a smarter way to grow?
It really comes down to two different paths. On one side, you've got broadcasting. That's the shouting, the posting more, the crossing your fingers and hoping someone notices. But on the other side, you've got contributing. This is about joining conversations that are already buzzing, adding real value, and effectively borrowing someone else's audience.
And the power of this is just incredible. With one smart reply, you instantly get in front of a built-in audience. You don't have to write a novel. A single, insightful sentence can get more traction than a long, elaborate post. You stop being a person shouting alone and start being a valuable voice in a room that's already packed and paying attention.
Let that sink in for a second. One single good reply can do more for you than 10 of your own posts. That's not just working smarter, that's playing a totally different, much more effective game. Okay, but here's the catch, right? There's always a catch. Doing this consistently, finding those perfect conversations, thinking up clever replies, day after day, that takes a ton of mental energy. It's a powerful strategy, for sure, but it can be just as draining in its own way.
And that's where something like an AI reply assistant comes in. This is where we introduce a tool called BuzzRep, which is built specifically to solve this exact problem.
So what is it? It's a simple AI-powered Chrome extension. It's not another complicated dashboard. It just lives in your browser and helps you draft killer replies in seconds, making sure they always sound like you. And it works right inside X, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
The difference is pretty stark. You go from that cycle of overthinking and feeling burned out to just firing off confident replies. You go from skipping engagement because you're tired to having a real daily presence. It's all about getting your speed and energy back while still sounding like you.
Which brings me to this lifetime offer. Because it's still in an early phase, there's a pretty amazing deal to get both the tool and the whole strategy behind it. I've put a link for it right down in the description so you can check it out for yourself.
So the price is just $27. And I want to be super clear, that is a one-time payment. It's not per month, it's not per year. You pay once and you have lifetime access to the tool. That's it.
On top of that, it's not just the tool. You also get something called the Buzz Factor Strategy Guide completely free. So it's a whole system, not just a piece of software.
And this guide is the actual playbook. It walks you through the whole reply first philosophy, teaches you 5 high-impact reply styles you can use, and gives you a dead simple 20-minute daily routine that builds on itself over time. It's how you scale this whole thing without sounding like a robot.
And just to put the value into perspective, the plan is for this whole package to eventually retail for $197. But for this early access window, you're getting the whole thing for that $27.
Now, this lifetime deal is not going to be around forever. It's really just for this early access period. Once that closes, the offer goes away, and BuzzRep is going to move to a regular monthly subscription. So this is the one shot to get in for life.
You know, at the end of the day, this is about more than just growing your follower count. It's about protecting your energy. That feeling of always having to be on, always clever, always creating. A tool like this takes that weight off so you can actually start enjoying the process again.
So I guess the final question to ask yourself is this. Where is your next big break really hiding? Is it in the next post you shout into the void? Or could it be hiding in your next reply?